So hello everyone. In this video, we'll be discussing about a research hypothesis. In the last video, we talked about the research question. What is a research question? A research question is what an investigator or a researcher wants to know. Now, this one is the research hypothesis. So, what is a research hypothesis? A research hypothesis is a specific version of research question, and this one is a statement or a sentence. Now, we know we have two types of studies, the descriptive and the analytical studies. Descriptive study means there is only an observation to measure some quantity. For example, what is the extent of walking practiced by type 2 diabetic patients? So you are just observing the extent of walking. That is your study. So that is descriptive study. So a descriptive study involves an observation to measure the quantity. Now this type of study does not have in research hypothesis. So which type of study will have the research hypothesis? It is analytical one. Analytical study means it involves some comparison, maybe comparison between two groups. A group who is doing exercise, a group who is not doing exercise. Maybe comparison between diabetics and non-diabetics. Okay, so some comparison is there, or an intervention means maybe effect of yoga, maybe some effect of medication. You are intervening in between by giving something. That's an intervention. So analytical involves a comparison or an intervention. So this type of study has a research hypothesis. Now, I want to frame a good research hypothesis. So, what will be the criteria? Just like for a research question, we said acronym FINER, feasible, interesting, novel, ethical, and relevant. Now, this is a good research hypothesis. What is the criteria? Number one, it is simple. What do I mean by simple? One exposure, one outcome. Be specific. Extent of walking, diabetic patients. Be specific what terminology you are using. It should be very clear and concise. A good research hypothesis is always stated in advance. It is not discovered at a later stage of the disease, at the later stage of your study. This one is in advance. And this one focuses on your primary objective. Primary objective is the main thing that you would do in the study. Okay. So, example, the patients who receive medication counseling will have greater adherence to the medication regime. That means you're comparing the patients who get the counseling for taking medication and those who do not get the counseling for medication. So this one is analytical study, and as stated, analytical study have a research hypothesis, and this is the hypothesis I have made. The patients who receive medication counseling will have greater adherence to the medication regime. Right. So now, with this kind of background knowledge, we are in a position to discuss the differences between the hypothesis and the research question. So what do you think the difference can be? One thing I can see that research question is a question and hypothesis is a prediction statement or sentence, right? So let's put it this way. Research question. It is a concise, debatable question. You can hold a debate on it. What is the extent of walking? Do diabetics practice walking daily? Yes or no? So it's a kind of concise, debatable question. Is there any relationship between the amount of sunlight the plants receive and their growth? Some will say yes, other group may say no. A concise, debatable question is a research question. And here the researcher is just wondering about what would be the result, what is happening, wondering, he's just thinking. There's a question mark, a query in his mind. What is the effect of the study time on grades in the medical students? Do the grades improve? So this is a type of research question. On the other hand, a hypothesis is a prediction statement. You are predicting something based on your previous knowledge of the literature, the state of the art information, what you have studied, or the peer review, your teachers, guides, mentor, whosoever has given you the guidance. Based on that literature, you are doing the prediction statement. It's an educated guess. Of course, we need a lot of background knowledge. Okay, a lot of brainstorming is required to reach out a hypothesis. This is a speculation, a guess, but an educated one. It is a guess that is made after you've read all the updated latest literature. So, can we have an example? Time spent in studying is positively correlated with the grades of the medical students. So, this is a hypothesis. So, we have framed hypothesis. See, this is, and this one is the question for this. So, I'm just telling you the difference between the two. Okay. Now, a hypothesis has to be tested. You'll do your experiment, you'll test it. And on testing, it may come out to be true, it may come out to be false. A hypothesis, to be complete, it should include your study population and variables. What type of variables? Dependent variable, independent variable. A dependent variable is the variable being tested. The thing that you are measuring is the dependent variable. Independent variable means the thing that controls the dependent variable. So I'll teach you this one with an example. Let's see. Now this is a beautiful nature, catamaran, clouds and blue waters. And this is a man standing at the bank. He's just observing what's happening here. So he just observe when a catamaran comes, a dolphin jumps out of the water. So this is the hypothesis he made. Dolphins sometimes leap from waters. And he's very happy. So this is a statement that he is given. So now we'll see that is this statement correct? Is it a proper hypothesis? So first let's study about the variables. Dolphin is a dependent variable, the main variable, okay? The main thing here is the dolphin. And what is influencing the behavior of the dolphin? It's the catamaran. So independent variable, the thing that is controlling the dolphin's behavior is catamaran. So in this we have dependent variable, independent variable. Now is this put in the sentence? Dolphin is a dependent variable. Where is the independent variable here? It's not there. Okay. So let's analyze this one. Dolphins sometimes leap from the water. This one is an incomplete hypothesis because we have a dependent variable dolphin but independent variable catamaran is not there in the sentence. So we reject this one. We form another one. Dolphin leap from the water if there is catamaran nearby. Good enough. Dolphin, dependent variable. Catamaran, independent variable. Both are there and you can even test it by putting more dolphins in the water and testing that if catamarans are passing by, do the dolphins jump? So pretty good. Another one. If there is ship in the water, fish are more likely to jump up and down. So this one is also good. But the word ship is too general. If possible, you can put the catamaran. If you know the type of ship that's passing by, just put the name. If there are ships like catamaran nearby, then dolphins are more likely to jump from water. So this one is much better. It's very specific. Catamaran, dolphins, behavior more likely to jump from water. And this hypothesis should have a testable or a measuring scenario. So how can you test this one? Okay. You have dolphins in water, just let the catamarans pass by, observe their behavior. So this one is a good hypothesis. So this is how we frame the hypothesis. It should have the dependent, independent, variable and the measuring scenario. So now the thing is that when are you going to use the hypothesis and when are you going to use the research question? When I was going through the literature, I was just wondering, every study should have a hypothesis, every study should have a research hypothesis. What is the scene? So I found out that you use a hypothesis when a body of research has been established and you have high degree of certainty about the relationship. When you know something, a lot of literature has been done on that subject, then it is better to use a hypothesis. And when there is a novelty, totally new area or exploring is there or where little research is there, you don't know, or there's discrepancy between the relationship between the variables, you don't know what would come out to be, then we use a research question. Okay. So thank you very much. This was all about the research hypothesis and we did the differences between the hypothesis and the question. And in the next video, we'll be studying how to derive the objectives, the primary objective and the secondary objective. So thank you very much. Hope this video was really useful to you. Stay connected. Bye-bye.